You ever fallen for someone so fast you forgot your own name? Like, one minute you're chilling, the next you're rearranging your whole weekend around their Netflix schedule? Yeah, stick around. I'm going to explain why you get attached so easily, and spoiler, it's not just you being dramatic. It's biology, brain wiring, tiny habits, and a sprinkle of nostalgia. Let's go. All right, real talk. Attachment? It's basically your brain doing the hardest kind of emotional multitasking, trying to keep you safe, cozy, and emotionally fed, even when it's kind of ping-ponging between this could be real and maybe run. It's not a flaw. It's an ancient feature that's working overtime in modern times. Let me break this down so it actually makes sense. First, the biology. Your brain's attachment crew is like a tiny, overprotective group chat. There's oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, and dopamine, the OMG, this is exciting chemical. When you hang out with someone who makes you feel good, your brain drops dopamine like it's payday. You feel wired. You think about them. You start noticing little things. The way they chew, their weird laugh, the fact that they text back at 2:03 a.m. Dopamine loves novelty, so every new text, every cute meme, every inside joke keeps that dopamine high going. You get hooked on the feeling, not just the person. But oxytocin? That's another beast. Oxytocin is the glue. It makes you feel close, trusting, and safe. It increases when you hug, when you open up, when you share something vulnerable. So when the dopamine is like WOO and oxytocin is like, let's get cozy, your brain is basically setting up a 5-star emotional resort. No wonder you get attached fast. Your brain's throwing a party and your heart RSVP'd, yes. Now let's slide into attachment styles, the psychological part that makes sense of why you attach to some people like Velcro and with others you stay chill. There are 3 main types you'll hear about: secure, anxious, and avoidant. Most of us are some combo. We're messy, it's fine. If you're secure, you usually trust people, you feel comfortable with closeness, and you don't panic if someone doesn't text back in 5 minutes. Solid. If you're anxious, you're the one replaying a conversation in your head, crafting 5 different texts in the Notes app, and low-key reading into a 3-second reply. You need a lot of reassurance. You attach fast because your brain equates closeness with safety, so you lean in hard. If you're avoidant, you might pull back when things get real. But here's the twist. Avoidance can still get attached. They just disguise it as push-pull behavior. I don't want anyone, then immediately texting a meme at 2 a.m. Weird flex, but it's a thing. Real-life example. My friend Jess, she's the textbook anxious type. She meets someone, they vibe. She immediately names the relationship in her head, picks out couch cushions for 2, and within a week suddenly knows their dog's birthday. It's cute and chaotic. Her brain is basically trying to secure the attachment as fast as possible because feeling connected equals feeling safe. Next up, scarcity, FOMO, and scarcity brain. If availability is low, like the person is busy, emotionally unavailable, or lives across 3 time zones, your brain treats them like limited edition sneakers. Scarcity makes desire bloom. When something's rare, your brain inflates its value. So if someone's just a little distant, you might chase them harder. It's math, but with feelings. Then there's the whole projection thing. You're not just attracted to who someone is, you're often attracted to who you want them to be. That's the romance novel trick. You fill in the blanks. You attach to a story you've written about the person. Real life example. You meet Sam, who's kind and send you a playlist. In your head, Sam becomes the one who gets me, and suddenly you're planning imaginary vacations. But the thing is, you built that vacation from vibes and a 5-song playlist. So your attachment is partially to your own projection. Let's talk small habits that turn into big attachments. Micro investments. Little actions add up. Replying to texts quickly, sharing dumb memes, inside jokes, showing up when someone's sick, cooking for them once. These tiny deposits create a bank account of familiarity and trust. If you do 5 tiny favors, suddenly you feel like you've been together 5 months. That's the sunk cost effect. We stick with things we've invested in, even if it's just time and tiny favors. Also, loneliness is a mood enhancer for attachment. If you're bored or lonely, You're more likely to latch onto people who give attention. Attention feels like currency. When someone hands you attention, your brain's like, hold up, I'll trade stability for that. You crave connection, so you might rush the process. Okay, so why does attachment sometimes feel bad? Because when you attach fast, your expectations often race ahead of reality. You might expect commitment, loyalty, or constant affection. When the other person isn't ready or wired differently, it triggers fear. Fear of rejection, fear of loss, fear of being left behind. That fear magnifies everything. A late text looks like abandonment. A canceled plan feels like betrayal. Your brain inflates small signs into catastrophe, and then you spiral. But here's the hopeful part. Understanding this stuff actually gives you power. Once you know your wiring, you can hack it. So, how to handle getting attached too fast? Practical, non-cheesy tips you can actually use. Pause before you escalate. Literally give yourself a 48-hour rule before labeling something serious. Don't announce relationship statuses based on vibes alone. Wait. Observe. People are complicated, you know? Track your feelings versus facts. Ask, what do I know versus what do I feel? Example. Fact, they texted once today. Feeling, they're phasing me out. Big difference. Write it down if you have to. Keep your own life lit. Maintain hobbies, friends, and routines. When your life is full, a person's attention becomes a bonus, not the only power source. If your happiness battery is fully charged elsewhere, attachment won't drain you. Set small boundaries early. Sounds scary, but it helps. Like, don't drop everything to text immediately every time. It trains both your brain and the other person to respect your time. Communicate clearly when it matters. If you're feeling anxious, say in a calm way, "Hey, I get a little worried when I don't hear back. Can we chat about how we like to text?" Boom, adulting with feelings. Recognize your attachment triggers. Is it loneliness? Boredom? Childhood stuff? If it's childhood stuff, therapy or journaling helps more than dating apps ever will. Let me toss in a tiny cheat code. Curiosity beats panic. Instead of spiraling when you don't get a reply, ask curious questions. Are they busy? Did I misread something? Curiosity slows the brain's alarm system. Panic escalates it. Real-life example time, because I know you like stories. My buddy Marco started dating this amazing person, Ava. He went full speed, planning weekend trips by week 2. Ava was sweet but slow-burning. Marco bumped into classic anxious moves. Over-texting, overanalyzing last-minute emotional marathons. Ava pulled back. They almost fizzled. What changed? Marco started asking instead of assuming. He said, "I noticed I get anxious when we don't text back. I'm trying to chill and focus on my stuff." Ava appreciated the honesty. They set expectations. Small change, big difference. They're still together. Proof that awareness plus simple boundaries can work wonders. Now, a big myth. If I attach fast, it means I'm needy or broken. Nah, it means you're human, wired to connect. Plenty of people attach slowly and still feel secure. That doesn't mean they're better. It just means different wiring. The goal isn't to never get attached. It's to attach in ways that don't wreck your peace. Also attach to the right things. Attach to values, to kindness, to consistency. Attach to habits over hype. That playlist and those 2 a.m. texts? Goo. But consistency, someone showing up, being reliable, treating you with respect, that's the VIP section. Attach to actions more than to promises. Before I wrap up, quick checklist you can use next time you feel yourself getting attached like a barnacle. Are they consistent? Small actions over time. Do they respect your boundaries? Are they into the same life stuff you want? Do you feel calmer or more anxious when you're with them? Are you filling your own cup or relying on them to do it? Answer honestly. If most answers are no, slow your roll. Final thoughts. Getting attached easily is not a curse. It's a compass. It points you toward what your brain and heart are craving. Connection, safety, belonging. But like any compass, it needs calibration. Learn your patterns, set small rules, and keep your life big. When attachment comes, let it be a choice, not a reflex. So yeah, if you're that person who goes deep fast, give yourself grace. You're not broken. You're just human with a lot of feels. Use these tips, stay curious, and don't forget, snacks are great for emotional regulation. Also, maybe don't plan your next 3 years based on a playlist. If you like this breakdown, hit like, drop a comment with your wildest attachment story. I want tea, and subscribe if you want more brain plus heart hacks. I drop real talk every week, no fluff.